had our grad trip, and we went to an amusement park and like the simulator place, and then we had dinner after. Honestly, the trip was like pretty traumatic, but like it was character development. So like it wasn't total loss. Where we were, it was pretty much a 5-hour drive to get there. And we went like with a really big yellow bus. So we got like no sleep, but it's fine. It's fine. When we got there, like to the park, there was a bunch of 7th graders who were also there on a grad trip. And I guess they were like local, so they didn't have to drive 5 hours. And they were just skipping lines, being little annoying, bratty children. So much fun. So much fun. I only went on like one actual like ride, I guess, and I absolutely lost my mind in line for it. I was crying, I was praying, like I was freaking out. You name it, I was doing it. Of course, the screams of the children before us, because like it was like a line outside, right? The screams of the children before us did literally nothing to help me. It was terrifying. And when we eventually like got to the front of the line, I had like come to terms with death. I was ready to get on the ride, and I sat down, like I fastened up. It wasn't like a fasten, it was like one of those. And when that bell rang, like the and like it shoots up, I'll put my clip. I screamed with like the wrath of 1,000 gods. And you think that's an exaggeration? I screamed so hard that my like voice box gave out for like a second or two, and like, had to catch up with how loud my voice was being. It was terrifying. And I, in that moment, realized I was not ready to die. I had so much life ahead of me. This was it. And then the ride like shot up so fast. For context, I was a little loose in my seat. Not like loose, I'm gonna like fall off or like slip out, but like loose enough where like my butt would definitely like lift up and would fall down like a significant amount whenever the ride would like shoot up and down. And it was really like scary because for everyone else, they were like chilling, secure in their seats. I was flying. It was terrifying. It dropped us, went up and down for what felt like literally hours. I was screaming the entire time. I think I actually passed out for like 30 seconds on top too. It was so bad. But it was really like 2 minutes, even though it felt like a million years. And that was the day I learned I was afraid of heights. After I got off, everybody was like, oh my gosh, how did you like it? Like, was it great? And I was like, I was just silent. I was just traumatized from that experience. So you'd think like a rational person after undergoing an experience like this would like take a step back, chill for the rest of the day. Nope. I decided to confront like another fear of mine. Cause why not? I'm scared of like the dark, and I'm terrified of like ghosts and shit. So what do I decide to do? Go to the haunted house they have at the park. Why not? Just cause we're there, right? It seemed like a good idea at the time, and it was terrifying. There was like little things everywhere. There was fog, flickering lights. At some points, it was literally just like pitch black. Like I'm talking so dark that you could not see, like literally can't see the hand in front of your face. It was so dark. And there was a lot of like scary sounds and like, screaming. A lot of the screaming was because of me, honestly. Like the jump scares and stuff. I'm glad I made that experience super fun for other people. I was screaming, but like not that loud. I was screaming, but not as loud as I was on the other ride, because my voice box was shredded already. And so like I wasn't screaming as loud, not because it wasn't as scary, but because my body literally would not let me. And I was like, so my friend offered to like walk through it with me holding my hand, because she was like, she saw how scared I was. I was like, okay, period, thank you, like save me please. And she's literally the reason I didn't die. Luckily, I made it alive. And this one I actually feel like was good for me. Like I'm actually like less scared of the dark now, which is good. But I don't know if that was because of this experience or not, so whatever. We're just gonna give it to the experience so it has like something good come out of it. So after this, we had like another stop planned before dinner, and it was like a travel simulator thing, and we had to take like a public transit bus to get there. Oh my god, I hate titties for a reason, and that was made very clear on this trip. We had to take the bus like through the worst area in the city, arguably like in the country, with stops. And it was just, not only was it like a cramped space, but our classmates were doing like nothing to make it better. One of them was performing a dance for the other, and then like another one was talking about like political issues and shit. I was like, oh my god, homeless people should just get a job in front of homeless people. Literal dum-dums. I was so upset. There was people banging on the sides of the bus. There's people like throwing things at the bus, and at this point I'm like crying because I'm so scared. And of course, like the piece de resistance, like the chef's kiss. Some guy at a stop, like one of our stops, tried to sell a dead rat to the bus driver, and oh my gosh. Our bus driver, being like the absolute savage he is, said, I don't touch rats, they carry diseases. And after the door closed on like the rat guy, we had a really good laugh. But needless to say, I will not be taking public transit again, and will probably never go on public transit for like the rest of my life. And that's okay with me. The simulator thing was fun though. I don't know if it was like fun enough to justify the bus ride, but it was fun. And we went to a restaurant afterwards. It was good, but a lot of people got like sick from the food. Not like food poisoning sick, but like my tummy hurt sick. Some of the food was kind of greasy depending on what you ordered, but like I got a Beyond Burger, so it wasn't really like that greasy. I knew it wasn't gonna be greasy, and I knew it would be like good after like the day we had. Sorry, I know I'm talking about it a lot, but it was really like, it was a good day. Okay, so now it's on to graduation week, final week of high school. So honestly, I feel like graduating is such like a surreal experience, and it's really special. Like I know everybody does it, most people do it, but like I feel like it's a really special experience because it means different things to everyone. I don't know. Whatever. Say I love you, man. I was pretty nervous, honestly. Like, we had a rehearsal ceremony on the 28th, and we visited the elementary school on the same day, which was really nice. I thought it was a really good way to ease into it. And then the day after, we had our graduation ceremony at like 5 in the afternoon. And by the end of it, honestly, I was really sick of listening to people telling me what to do, and that life is beautiful and everything's gonna be okay after high school. The worst years, they're behind you. Okay, thank you so much for that. I got some scholarships, which was good. They helped with school, and I gave a valedictorian speech. It was terrifying, but I got it over with, and that's the important part. As we were exiting the stage, I feel like when we were exiting the stage, that's when it felt real. Like, the entire ceremony, I was just in a fog state. But when the fog cleared and we started to leave the stage in the gym, I started to like really grasp it. Like, we literally graduated high school. Like, this is what we've spent the last 13 years trying to do. And the second I came home afterwards, I fell dead asleep. It was a pretty good ending to a pretty awesome day.